Hello, Flutter experts. Welcome back to our Flutter and Firebase Mastery Series here on Baloch Dev YouTube channel. I am Noman Nisar and today's episode is going to be exciting. We are diving into the world of custom text widgets and building a slick bottom navigation bar for our e-commerce application. Alright, let's kick things off by creating custom text widgets. Customizing your text elements not only adds a personal touch to your application but also ensures a consistent and polished look. So here on the home screen, first I will be creating a default text widget and show the text on the screen, and we will see why we need to create custom text widget for our application. So let's just begin by creating a text widget inside our this children part of our column widget. So here I will be just creating a text widget, and the text widget we will be just writing a basic and simple text for our application to just be shown on our home screen. So here I will be just writing hello world here, and for removing the warnings I'll be just using the const keyword. So when I just save this, and we will be just getting a text with text basically on our home screen. So here now we just need to uh, style it. So for the styling we just use the style property of our this text widget, which is basically this, and it requires text style. And when we just want to increase the font size of and font weight, so we just need to add those properties for our this font size. For example, I just need 50, so I'll be just saving this, and we will be just increasing the font size here. And great, now when we just need to color it, so we just use the color property of it. So as you see, when we just need to customize our this text widget, we need to uh, use these properties again and again. And our this application, uh, every place, in every widget, in every screen, this text widget is gonna to be used, right? So it is better to create a custom widget and just give it the stylings and use that custom text widget into that entire application, so it will be just consistent and the theme will just be maintained. So for that we will be just creating our custom text widgets, and we will be just using the custom text for the entire application. So let's just begin. We will be just creating a directory in our lib directory, which will be widgets, and inside the widgets I will be just first creating a dart file for my subtitles. It will be subtitles text basically dart, and here I'll be just creating a stateless widget, and the name will be subtitle text widget. That's it. So widget, 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 and I'll be just saving this. And now we just need to return our that text widget here to just basically customize it. So here as you see that we just when we use this text widget, we just need to uh, give it a title, basically a label, a text to be shown on the screen. So now we just need to provide, when we are just creating our this custom text widget, we just need to provide all the properties dynamically. So here we are getting the label and the style, so we will be just providing it dynamically. So that's it. Now on here we just need to provide all the steps here. So we just need to provide the final, and it will be the string label. That's it. Now what else we also need the font size. So I'll be just making the font size here. Basically the font size will be the double, which will be font size, and I'll just create it here. And we also just need to provide some kind of stylings into this dynamically, so we will be just creating uh, a variable for a style. So the type will be font styles and the name will be font style. Basically that's it. Now I also need to provide a font weight to it. So for that we just need to provide a font weight. So font weight, and it will be font weight. That's it. Now we just also need to provide a color to it. So I'll be just providing it a color. Basically the color will be the color, and the color will be nullable basically. And at the last we also need to provide decoration to our text sometimes. So we will also include the text decoration for that. So I'll be just providing the text decoration here, which will be the decoration, text decoration. And that's it. I'll be just adding final for all of them, final and the final. So now I just need to provide the final fields into my this constructor. So I'll be just providing them here, and now I'll just save them. So now I just need to set the font size default. So whenever we call this, the font size should be 18 for our subtitle as a default, and the font style should be normal basically. If nothing is provided to our this custom text widget, so it should be normal basically. So the font style dot normal. Great. And now we also need the our font weight of this text widget should be normal if nothing is provided as bold or something else. So it should be normal at the initial. So for that we just need to provide font weight dot normal into it. And also the text decoration, we will be just setting this text decoration as normal also. So for that we will be just providing the text decoration dot null at initially. The text, there should not be any kind of text decoration into our this custom text widget basically. Great. So and now we will be just uh, starting our this custom text widget and providing all of these required fields into our this text widget. So whenever we call our this subtitle text, it should take all the values dynamically. So for that we just need to provide the label. Basically it is required. So now on the style part, so we need to provide the styling steps into it. So for that the font size, we will be just providing this font size basically, which we have just created here. So I'll be just providing the font weight, and the font weight will be this basically. Whatever value we will be getting for this text widget, we will be just styling them accordingly. So now we just need to provide a color to it. So we will be just providing this color basically, and the font style, we will be just providing the font style to it. So the font style we will be getting, we will be providing it here. And the last, the decoration, so whatever decoration we will be just getting, so we will be passing it into it. So great. Now we have just created a custom text widget for our subtitles, and now I'll be just calling this widget into my this home screen, and let's see how it looks. So I'll be just calling the subtitle text widget, and now it requires basically a label. So I'll be just providing it. Hi, again, and now I'll just save this, and we will be just getting the text here. As you know, we have not provided any kind of stylings into it, so it is basically normal, as normal it is being shown. So now I'll be just providing the styles here. So now how can we just provide the styles? So for that we just need use these properties from here. So I want to colorize it, so I'll be just providing some colors. So it will be colors dot red basically. So here you go. Now our color has been changed. Now when I just need to provide it a size, so I'll be just providing it a size into it. So here you go. Now how simple it is. So we just need to use this subtitle text widget for our this application. So we will be using this subtitle text widget in our entire project basically. So here you go, we have just created a subtitle widget, and now I'll be quickly creating another custom text widget for our titles. So here you go, I'll be just creating a new dot file which will be our title basically. So I will be just simply copying this subtitle text into my this title.dart class, and here you go. Now I'll be just changing the name uh, from here, which will be our subtitle basically. So here I'll control D, and I'll just remove this, and now it is title text widget basically. And here you go, now we will be just setting up our this title text widget. And now for the titles, what we need some extra things for our title. So for our title, the text size should be 20, and the color and the font style. And for the titles, we just need to also give it a max line property of it. So we just set the max lines for our title. So for the max line, I'll be just using the hint widget, and we will be providing it a max line basically, and that's it. Now I'll be just providing this max line to my this final field, and I'll just save this here. So now here in under the label, so now I'll just use the max lines property of the text widget, and I'll be providing the max lines whatever value we will be just getting it, so we will be just passing it here. So on the basis of that value, we will be just showing a max line here basically. So now we just also need to tackle the overflow in our text title text basically. So when our text crosses the screen, so it should not overflow, so it just shows some kind of dots here when it is very big. So for that we just need to use the overflow and the text overflow, which will be ellipses. And that's it. Now I'll be just saving this, and now here I'll be just calling my this title text here basically, so which will be title text widget, and now it requires a label basically. This is the title. So here you go, now this is our title text, and this is our subtitle text basically. So when I just want to increase the size of this, so I just use the font properties, and here you go. Now I'll just increase this, and as you see, when the title is too big and it is not covering all the screen, so it just show a three dots in it, which we have just basically done here, which was our text overflow. And now we just use the max line of it. So for that we will be just using the max line, and I'll be providing it too. And now you will see our this title is divided in our two lines basically. So when it is too big, so we can just tackle that problem by using these max lines and that overflow, the three dots ellipses here. Great, we have just created two custom text widgets, for one for the title text and one for our subtitle text. And Feel free to adjust the properties like font size, color, and decoration based on your application's design. So now next we will be just also implementing the bottom navigation bar for our application. So yeah, let's just begin for that. So for that we just need to create some screens. So in our demo application we were just getting a home screen, search screen, cart screen, and the profile screen. So let's just create some screens for our application first. So here in the screens directory I will be just creating search screen dot, and here I will be just creating a stateless widget, and I'll be just naming it search screen. And here I will be just simply using my scaffold widget, and in the body part I'll be just using the center widget, and in the child I'll be just using our that custom text widget which we have just created basically to show the page name on the middle of our screen. So the label should be search screen, and I'll just make it const here to just remove the warnings. And that's it, we have just created a screen for our search basically. So I'll save this here, and now I'll copy this, and now I'll be just quickly creating some more screens, which will be cart screen dot, and I'll be just pasting that, and now I'll just rename it, which will be basically this, and that will be the cart screen. I'll be saving this, and now I'll be just creating another screen for our profile basically, which will be profile screen dot. That's it. Now I'll just paste that again, and now I'll just rename it, and great. Now we will be just implementing a page view to swipe around these pages. So for that I will be just creating a new file in my lib directory, which will be root screen basically. And great, now I will be just creating a stateful widget for my root screens, which will be a stateful widget, and I'll be just naming it root screen. Great, now we just move forward, and now here in the I'll be just using my scaffold widget, which will be a scaffold, and in the body part I'll be just using the page view to just swipe from one page to another basically. So here we will be just using the page view, and the page view we will just need a controller, so we will be just creating it in a second. So for that, so let's just see what a controllers require basically. So a controller requires a page controller and a controller. So great, now we will be just creating it here, and that's done. So I'll be just removing this from here, and now it requires to add a let keyword here, so it will be just initialized lately. So we will be just initializing this page controller and whenever this application starts basically. So we will be just using it, initializing it inside our init state. So we will be just using the init state, and now we will be just initializing our this uh, page controller basically. So here I'll just need to provide the controller to this controller, and now I will just initializing my this page controller basically. So the controller is equal to page controller. That's it. Now I'll be just also informing that what will be our initial page. So I'll be just providing my initial page. So we just need to create a basic integer to just store our variable. So I'll be just doing that, which will be current screen, and I'll be just initializing it with 0. So I'll just provide this my screen to this basically. So we are just done. So we have just provided our initial page, which will be index 0. So we have just provided 0 to it. So great. Now let's just move to our this page view, and now we will just provide our this all the screens into this children part basically. So we will be just providing it, which will be the index 0 will be our home page, and the second will be search screen basically, and the third will be the cart screen, and the fourth will be the our profile screen. That's it. Now it is it must be better, so we need to store them in a separate list. So I'll be just storing them in a separate list on the top of our program. So we will be just creating a list. So let's see what type of list is required. So the list type should be a widget type. So we will be just creating a list of type widget here. So now we will be just naming it screens, and that's it. Now I'll just also paste all the screens here, and now I'll just add some keyword const keyword to remove the warnings. And great, now I will be just providing this screens list basically here. Great, now when I just save this, and I'll be just auto restarting it basically. So when I this, so yeah, we have not provided our this root screen into our main.dart. So we just need to provide now our root screen into the home property. So we will be just doing that, and now I'll just save this, and I'll be just auto restarting my application again, and now we will check what will we see. So you see now our pages are being swept, and we are able to swipe from one page to another page. So we just need to block this swiping and from one page to another page. So I'll be just moving to my root screen, and here uh, on the page controller I will be just using the physics property, and I'll be just using never scrollable physics. So now we have just blocked that swiping, and now we will not be able to swipe from one screen to another screen, or scroll from one screen to another screen. So that's it. Great. So now we will be just in designing our navigation bar. So we will be just doing that. So in the outside of this page view, we will be just using the navigation, which will be bottom navigation bar, and we will be just using this navigation bar, and inside this we will be just using the destinations, and we will be also using on destination selected basically here, and we will be just implementing that. And great, now we will be just using the set state here. So when it the value changes, so our screen basically should be rebuilt. So for that we will be just using the current screen is equal to this value basically. So here we will be just doing that, and I'll just save this. So now we have just got that error that is destination dot length is greater than 2. So we have not provided anything yet. So we will be just providing some kind of destinations into it. So we will, let's just do that. For that we will be just using a navigation destination, and for that we just need to provide an icon into it and a label into it. So for the icon we will be just using a third-party package, so which will be Flutter iconly. So just go to pub.dev and install this package into your project, and now we will be just using this icon for our project basically. So here I have already installed it, so you can just go visit pub.dev and copy that and paste it into your pubspec.yaml file. So now I will be just using the icon and the icon, and here in the inside of this icon now I'll be just using my icon, which is iconly light. So we just need to import it. Great, now it came. So we have just imported our this icon package, iconly basically. So now we will be just getting the home, so home icon. So we will be just doing that, and I'll just label it home. And now I'll just save this, and we have done. So now I'll be just copying and pasting this multiple times for my other screens also. So here you go. Now I'll be just doing that. So before copying and pasting there, so I'll be just also adding another property, which will be basically selected icon. So what the selected icon should be, so I'll be just providing it, which will be icon lay, and this time it will be bold, and which will be home. Great, now I'll save this, and now I'll be just copying it 3 times for my other screens also. And this time I'll be just using the search, which will be search, and I'll just change the label to search. And here this time it will be the cart. Basically I'll be using back to, and back to, and the name should be cart. And the last we will be just using it profile, and the name and the label should be profile. That's it. I'll just save this again, and we have, yeah, we got the basic bottom navigation for our screen. So yeah, the screen is not moving right now, so we will be just uh, tackling that issue also. So I'll be just providing the const keyword here to remove the warnings, and now we just need to provide the controller jump to. So I'll be just providing that controller dot jump to page, and now I'll just provide the current screen page, so basically, which in our case it is 0. So now I'll just save this, and we will see it works or not. So now as you see, we have just now we are able to move from one screen to another screen. Great. So but this active thing is not moving with our uh, these basically icons. So let's just check what is wrong. So yeah, we just need to provide the selected index here, which will be current screen. And that's it. I'll just save this, and now great, it is working fine. So we also need to remove the background. As you see here, there is no background in our demo application, so we will be just doing that. We'll be just creating similar to that. So for that we just need to provide the background color as the scaffold color. So I'll be just using theme of context and scaffold color. Great, now I'll just save this. So the background is basically removed, and now we will be just setting the height also. So we will be just setting the height to k bottom navigation bar height, and I'll just save this. And great, now it is looking good, and I'll just set the elevation to 2, and let's just see how it looks. Great, now it is basically looking great, and now we have just blocked the scrolling, so we cannot scroll by just sliding it. So we can just move to other screen by using these navigations. So here we have a page view to navigate between different screens and our navigation bar with icons for home, search, cart and profile. It's clean, efficient and adds the professional touch to your application. That wraps up episode 3 of our Flutter and Firebase Mastery series. We have equipped our application with custom text widgets for a polished look, and we have laid the foundation for smooth navigation with a sleek bottom navigation bar. Exciting, right? Remember, if you have any questions or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. In the next episode, we will take things up a notch by diving into more advanced features. As usual, stay tuned, stay happy, stay fit, and happy fluttering.